believe. All of us go through low moments in life. So don't feel like you're too sanctified to keep it real. Because God needs people to be real with their emotional self so the Spirit of God can deal with you and elevate who you are. Preach, Pastor Maxwell. I'm on assignment and I will. Look at him. Look at John. He's in crisis. And so he sends his disciples, say, are you the one that should come? Or should I look for another? Jesus, seeking to encourage his distant cousin, tells his disciple, tell John the things which you hear and see. The blind see and the lame walk. The lepers are cleansed and the deaf hear. The dead are raised and the poor have the gospel preached to them. Jesus then affirms John the Baptist's eternal role and position in the kingdom. He says, assuredly, I say unto you, among those women born there has not risen one greater than John the Baptist. But he who is least in the kingdom of heaven is not greater than he. And from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffers violence. And the violent take it by force. And in all that, I bring you to here, to this text today, because this text is the only account in the Gospel of Mark that's really not about Jesus. Let us know that evil will use even one's child to accomplish its dastardly deeds. Can't you see the text? Herodias is venom to what John the Baptist is thick and putrid. And while John is in prison, she is hatching a plan for his execution through the lust and posture of her husband Herod. And the rumors of what Jesus was doing in power and deed was swirling around as he moved from village teaching and preaching. And Jesus was sending his disciples out by two with power to deal with unclean spirits. And they went about casting out demons, anointing with oil many who were sick, and healed them. And so the text says, now Herod thought that John the Baptist was back from the dead as he heard the mighty works of Jesus. Herod thought that all that he was hearing on the grapevine about the healing and deliverance that's coming through Jesus, he thought John the Baptist came back from the dead. So this text is a flashback to the cause and effect of John the Baptist's death. It's telling us how he really died. But if you get up under the text, what we theologians call, when you exegete the text and story, there are some principles and precepts you and I can draw from the full fountain saturated by the Word. You got a couple of pens and papers in your hands. I want you to take some notes. You want to take some kind of notes when the preacher's preaching. Because there are precepts. Most people leave church and never know what the preacher said. All they know, we had church. But you never grow as a disciple if you don't put some word in you. You got to go beyond just hearing the word, but you got to put some word in paper. Grab hold of these precepts. I'm going to give it to you. You ready? First of all, I want you to see in the text, when you handle kingdom business, it provokes hell from hell. Can I say it again? When you handle kingdom business, it provokes hell from hell. It's right there in verse 17 through 19. It says, but Herod himself has set forth and laid hold of John and bound him in prison for Herodias' sake. Verse 19 says, Herodias had a quarrel against him and would have killed him, but she could not. What the text is saying to us this morning is, stop expecting to get a pass when you are taking territory for the king and the kingdom. Don't get it twisted. Stop acting like you should not have no problems and no issues, but you believe that you are called to take territory for the king, that you represent Christ in the earth, that you are an ambassador. And as long as you are an ambassador for Christ and you're going to open your mouth and testify about him, then hell is going to raise hell for you. So you got to stop complaining about trials, stop complaining about persecution, tests, and tribulation. The fact is, you are in a war. A spiritual war. And the enemy you are fighting and all his imps from hell are relentless and they are prepared. But if you know your word, greater that is in me than he that's in the world. That should make you shout right there by yourself. But John, when you really get under the text, John the Baptist was moving the kingdom agenda forward and threatened the Roman establishment, the Judaic religious system, and the kingdom of darkness all at the same time. And John confronted sin. John confronted sin, Lord have mercy. And Herodias it's raised hell and all its darkness. And so when you confront sin and name sin, it will cause an all-out assault and attack on your life. Folk will create lies against you and try to stop you, call you out all kinds of names. You see, when you expose and put the veil on sin, Lord have mercy, demons start to scream. People start to convulse. People start getting crazy because the enemy does not like light. He does not like being exposed. And as you a preacher, or a teacher, or a lay person in here, when you name sin, you are exposing a demon. And hell will provoke hell. And so you see, Jesus came on the scene and John decreased, but the enemy began to increase. Don't get it twisted. The enemy is always, listen here now, running another play when you're handling faithful things of God. While we're here running the word of God, celebrating, the enemy is concocting a plan to try to sift you. And here it is. He has a chip in you from your past. That he can bring up the remote control and begin to pull out of you the thing that used to seduce you. So he got that chip. He knows everybody chip up in here. He knows what you really like. He loves what you're really lusting for. He knows who you are when nobody's looking. And the enemy is concocting a plan to destroy you. Lord have mercy. Even when God is using an unholy man in the text, in Herod, and his power to guard and protect a just and holy man who he respected and looked forward to hear, the enemy still is plotting his death to jump over Herod. Even Herod, who respected John, who wanted to even hear him preach. Lord have mercy. Y'all get that in order. But even despite of that, the enemy is concocting a plan to destroy him. And so Jesus, don't you remember? I don't know why the church feel like we can tiptoe to the tulip and have a good time all the time. And we can praise God and everything is going to always be all right. That's not the word of God. Jesus said, I send you as sheep among wolves. Lord have mercy. Sheep are humble, docile, peaceful, but wolves are hunters, carnivorous, sneaky, and prey on the weak. But don't miss it. But Jesus never said he sent you to fight wolves, because the battle is not yours. It's the Lord. But as sheep, you need to be humbled and submitted to the will of God, and God got your back. See that when the devil comes your way, when the devil knocks on your door, when the devil's trying to attack you, you ought to say, I'm not afraid of you, but check out my big brother with the rod and the staff that comforts me. Check out my big brother, his name is Jesus. And you look the devil straight in his eyes and say, I see hell is with you, but I got a God who's greater than your hell. All the hell you can throw at me, I got a God who's greater. So when you handle your business in the kingdom, it provokes hell from hell. Secondly, if you don't get a handle on your lust will handle you. Can I preach it the way I'm feeling it? If you don't get a handle on your lust will handle you. And it will cause you to hand over something so precious to God. It's right there, verse 20. Herod feared John, knowing that he was a just man and holy, and observed him. And when he heard him, he did many things and heard him gladly. John was precious to the kingdom, and even Herod respected and sought to honor him. But Herod had a weakness, and his wife Herodias knew what it was. He was lusting after her teenage daughter, which really was his niece. Preach, Pastor. And mama was willing to use her baby girl as bait. How many of our young people was used as bait so an adult can get what they want? How many mamas refuse to allow their children to see their daddies because their daddy, you say, ain't acting right, and so you use the child as a manipulating piece so you can't even be together? That's called manipulation. Denying the father he's still the daddy, and some daddies are doing it with the mothers today too. How many daddies manipulate the kids and pull them in so they can have control over the woman of God? Children, how many girls were given over to grown men? Your lust will cause you to kill the promise, crucify the Savior, and cancel out your salvation. So too many people today don't want to deal with the rape and the sex trafficking and the abuse that's everywhere. Because we've got to understand love takes and love gives. Yeah. And so women of God, you got to know when you get in a relationship with a man, we are wired by our eyes, and our first inclination is to desire you and to lust for you. That's the first inclination. But if we stay in lust, you only a piece. That's all to it. And so you got to dress yourself right in holiness and in the spirit and allow love to take hold of that man. So that man will never be with you as long as he only lusts for you. He got to love you. He got to learn. Here it is. With the heavens, everything above the belly is your heaven. He needs to know about your character, your integrity, your spirit, the sweetness of your smile. And leave the earth lower level alone and try to get back to a place of love, because love driving a marriage will destroy that marriage. Preach, Pastor Maxwell. And that's why men and women are not faithful today, because their marriage is centered around lust and there's no love in it. Oh, come on now. Y'all don't want me to, y'all not here. You're playing with me. Don't miss it though. The text is letting you know there is always someone watching and waiting to use your lustful weakness and your spiritual wandering against you. I'm just on assignment because God wants me to tell you, you better chill out. You better get your zipper under control. You better stop acting a fool and try to beat two people at one time. Your discipleship is at stake. You are called to live for God. You can't be two people, one at church and one somewhere else. You got to be careful, because the enemy is waiting to kill you, to drag you down the street and take as many sheep with you. But you got to hold on to God's unchanging hand. Hold on to the power of God. Don't let go of his hand. Be still and know that I'm God. Hold on to who he is in the spirit. Oh, I got to keep on going, because we got an afternoon service. One, when you handle the kingdom business, it provokes hell from hell. If you don't get a handle of your lust will handle you. Thirdly, if you mishandle our youth, they can end up handling a pole. Stay with me now, in the text. If you keep mishandling our young people, our youth, they can end up handling a pole. Look at verse 21. That Herod on his birthday made a supper to his lords, high captains, and chief estates of Galilee. And when the daughter of said Herodias came in and danced and pleased Herod and them that sat with him, another translation said, all the nobles and high officers, chief of men of Galilee, was gathered, and Herod wanted them to see what he had living under his roof. So his daughter came out and danced a seductive dance to cause Herod to lose his cotton-picking mind. The daughter was doing a Beyonce drunken love kind of dance for her dad, putting her surfboard on display. Y'all don't hear me. Don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about. You saved, sanctified. And see, Daddy and all the men were sitting in the room, and they enjoyed pimping this girl, but she knew and manipulated her power of sensuality and sexuality. What I'm trying to say is, young ladies and elders as well, you know the power of your sexuality. That's right. Don't act like you bumped into that situation by mistake. You had a plan too in this thing. You devised a plan too. And she had a knowledge of her sensuality. And so I like the old rap song T-Pain used to jam, said, I'm in love with a stripper. Because the text was showing them that they were treating the daughter like a stripper, rewarding her for her public display of seduction. T-Pain says it like this: see, I love all the strippers because they show me love. They know I never play his feet when I hit the club. But I even can't lie, the girls are so fly, when she slide up that pole, I get mesmerized. I saw some of you getting ready to go right there. I saw you. But can I preach it the way I'm feeling? Because this text lets you know too many parents are exposing our children to adult activities. We're not guarding the ear and eye gates. Too many of our children are too grown, going around twerking and working their bodies. And you think it's cute. You think it's so cute. supervision. And they are seeing and being immersed into the field of the world. A big part of my ministry is counseling, therapeutic practice. I am counseling more teenagers addicted to pornography. Where they get it from? Their phone. Now you see in the text, great men, chiefs, noblemen are abusing their privileges by abusing this girl, putting her on display, just like we put our girls on display in video clips taken back with the slaves and auction blocks. And I want to say it clear, it is adults that are teaching our youth how to compromise themselves and how to demean themselves and perpetuate the indignities of the past. It's adults. And we have a Lucius Lyons building my empire spirit, using our children, pitting Hakeem and Jamal against one another, pimping them and their music, getting all the girls to compromise themselves. And the dance that she was dancing was scandalous. And it was so scandalous, Olivia Pope can't help her, can't help John get out of the prison, can't help John fix it. Call Olivia, but Olivia can't do nothing for John the Baptist. But see, the dance was scandalous. And when you dance a dance that comes from the pit of hell, it can even transfigure some situations, even in the kingdom. But God in His providential care allowed her to dance herself right to hell. But you got to make sure who you're dancing with, and what club are you going to, who you're twerking with, who you're working with. Because you maybe were doing the same thing this young girl did. She lost her respect. It's time to close. I see the time has missed. I gotta go. When you handle kingdom business, it provokes hell from hell. If you don't handle your lust will handle you. If you mishandle our youth, they can end up handling the fool. I can see in your eyes, some of you, I can't believe you're hearing this kind of preaching. I'm concerned about your discipleship, and I'm not here to play church. Here's the last point. When you allow your lust to handle your mind, you will make impulsive and emotionally driven decisions. If you allow your lust to handle your mind, you will make impulsive and emotional driven decisions. Look at the text. Most songs even today wasn't that long. Average song is 5 minutes, 6 minutes. I gave a 10, a 5 to 10 minute dance. A 5 to 10 minute dance causes this grown man to be willing to give up half his kingdom. What 10 minutes is worth half of all you got? What are you doing, my brother Herod, offering all you have to a teenager for 10 minutes of pleasure? One 10-minute dance with the devil